You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history.
We're trotting out and peddling people's racist, sexist, bigoted stereotypes.
And their colleagues have distorted the facts.
Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me, Hunter. Apparently you're afraid of my words.
Hunter Biden is not above the law. We want to send him to the DOJ, and we want to trust the DOJ to do their job.
I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, that I can go campaign on and say we did.
The bill, as I say, codifies one definition of anti-Semitism. A definition that the author says shouldn't be codified.
RICO is not a crime. They want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the shitter to me.
Leadership of the plans to get them back in the chambers. That would have been call number 3 with Speaker Pelosi.
You didn't have one call, you didn't have 2 calls, you had 3 calls. So Speaker Pelosi's comments that she didn't speak to were inaccurate.
That is correct, sir.
Welcome to the Off-Label Podcast, your daily dose of sanity in an insane world. Ladies and gentlemen, it got a little bit heated over there on the Rumble side. Had to pull Davey out of a little anxiety attack. Yeah, that's why we're a little bit late here. But tonight we have on the table another terrorist attack has happened in Boulder, Colorado. Again, over the Palestine situation. Free Palestine, the Zionists are evil, kind of. We've been seeing it everywhere. We need to talk about that. That's going to take a little bit because we got some things on the deck to bring up with it. It also looks like Nadler's aides, one of Nadler's aides has actually been arrested because they were harboring illegal criminals. And immigration has actually... Let's see, immigration raid at a San Diego restaurant leads to a chaotic scene. We've got some more immigration stuff we need to push on into as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started a little bit here, because we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you can get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
People will say, I have no money with $800 in their checking account. White people will say, I have no money. And then their grandma will send them $3,333 because that's the maximum amount she can send without being taxed. White people will say, I have no money.
All right, listen here, Emily. I can tell that you're very crotch raw because you're fatherless and you're broke as fuck. But the reality of what you said is so asinine, I'm gonna have to correct you, and I need you to hear this. All right, so first off, let's talk about what $800 is gonna be able to get you in this country right now, because even in the cheapest state in the entire country, West Virginia, the average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment is over $800. So anywhere in the country, if all you've got is $800, yeah, bro, you're broke. If you have to beg your grandmother for money and she's able to send it to you, You did that because you didn't have any money. Clearly, your problem here is with white people. Did you know that you're white? Do you own a mirror? I never knew that us pasty folk were impervious to poverty. And if you're that upset that you're broke, quit sitting around in a bathrobe bitching and go sell whole like a normal person.
God, didn't not hear that ending, but fine. We're going with it. You feeling a little bit better now?
A little better. Like I said, I don't know. I think when I had that neurological thing happen, when I kind of passed away, it kind of messed me up. But I'm trying.
Dude, yeah. I think you need to call it for the night. You are fucked up right now. I thought I pulled you back, but this ain't an anxiety thing right here.
I'm not well. I'm telling you, I'm not well. I think.
Well, I'm gonna flip everything, and you're gonna take the night off.
All right. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 minute here. I'll just go ahead and flip that. We'll flip over to this. Let's see. Properties, activate. All right. The chat here. Sorry, guys. Davey's kind of fucked up. He froze up. He's anxious as shit. He's not well right now. That was, oh. Alright, hold on. This one. That's fucking YouTube. Sorry, just getting it all worked out now. I don't know what the fuck that was, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I tried to pull him out of that shutdown moment, and he's gone now. Let's see. Let me flip this. So I can go into... Just to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So we got the vert video. Yeah, there was the vert video only, which is that one. Live screen. Just make sure it all works from this side, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be running here soon. I got the chat screen with YouTube there. Rumble there. Amanda, take care of his ass. He needs to get to get some sun. He needs to get moving. He needs to get active. He needs to get out. All right. Let's go with my live screen right here. Okay. Now, we are good. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hit this up tonight because this bothers me. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'll take my soapbox for this one. This one actually bothers me. It really does, because we've seen this time and time and time and time again. You know, even on school campuses, you got the Israeli attacks. You've got a whole bunch of shootings. You've got a whole bunch of things that have happened here recently within the last 5 years that is just kind of boiling. And yet again, here we have another one. And I don't mean that as a pun intended, because this one's kind of fucked. But apparently, a dude attacked people with a makeshift flamethrower and Molotov cocktails because of Palestine. Yeah, let's check this out real quick.
What the FBI calls a targeted terror attack in Boulder, Colorado. Police say the call came in as a man setting people on fire. The victims, according to the local Jewish community, were walkers raising awareness for the Israeli hostages in Gaza. This is all happening in downtown Boulder in a shopping area, usually a busy one, called Pearl Street Mall. Police say they have a suspect in custody at the hospital. They just held a news conference. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Today I'm here to give you very preliminary information about an attack that occurred here in downtown Boulder at about 1:26 p.m. today. At that time, Boulder dispatch received several calls to the county courthouse located at 1325 Pearl Street here in Boulder. The initial callers indicated that there was a man with a weapon and that people were being set on fire. The initial response by our officers, we were on scene very quickly. When we arrived, we encountered multiple victims that were injured with injuries consistent with burns and other injuries. While our officers and paramedics and fire department personnel got those victims quickly to the hospital, our officers were pointed out, a suspect was pointed out to our officers on the scene. Our officers immediately encountered that suspect who was taken into custody without incident. That suspect, who I'm not able to ID at this time, was taken to the hospital with some minor injuries as well. And there's a lot more we're investigating right now before I'm able to release information on that person. The scene itself is contained, but we have a large area here in downtown Boulder closed off right now. Businesses have been closed, and we have asked people to avoid the area. This area is not safe yet. We're dealing with a vehicle of interest. We're dealing with a large area that we are making sure it's safe before we allow people to come back into the scene. If your vehicle is here in the several block perimeter that we have, please follow our social media. We will announce when the roads are open and people can retrieve their.
So that was right when the shit was breaking. Okay. That was the first update we heard. This right here was the dude. All right. And there's nothing in this right now that'll flag it, but
we're here. We can't do nothing about that. We can't do nothing. We can. Not here. You have to answer this. Not here, bro. You're not.
You are taking video right now. He was wearing.
I'm just gonna stop it right there. I'm not gonna go any further with that. Because it gets worse. That was his attack. That was the initial attack. Because you need to end Zionist, right?
He's right there. He's right there. He's throwing Molotov cocktails right there.
Critically injured. And that was the one that got the attack first. Why? What was the point of that? Because of what's going on with Israel and Gaza across the world? American people have to get hurt? Possibly die? For what purpose? That's your left. You're supposed to be the terrorists, ladies and gentlemen. You're supposed to be the violent ones. But they're setting fire to anybody and everybody now. Summer of Love 2.0 is already back. Hope y'all are ready. I don't want to play any more of these kinds of things because YouTube will flag it. And I don't want to get myself in a pissed off mood tonight. But this Right here. This comes from Ollie London. MSNBC reports a Boulder, Colorado terrorist attack. He's a white male.
As far as the investigation itself, we're still trying to verify and confirm some video, but it appears to show a significant portion of the incident as it happened. There's an individual that's taken into custody. He's a white male. Whether or not that's the person that police ultimately arrested and will ultimately charge in this crime, a bit of a question at this time, but that's just what we've seen so far.
That's a white male. Hold on. You're going to sit there and tell me, well, hey, look at him. He does look like a white male, right? That one I can actually understand until you actually hear his voice.
We're here, brother. We're here. We can't do nothing about that. We can't do nothing. We can. Not here. You have to answer this. Not here.
No. Not a white American dude anywhere. But yes, Jennifer O'Connell with the 2. The dude wasn't illegal from Egypt. Yes. Yes, this motherfucker was. Terrorist who burned 6 Jewish Americans, including elderly in Boulder, Colorado, U.S., shouting Palestine and prisoner in a possible terror attack today is an illegal Muslim migrant, Mohamed Sabry. Yes. This dude isn't illegal from Egypt and screaming, we need to kill the Zionists as he firebombs people for no reason. I want you all to understand, though.
Stay.
Pause that. I want you all to understand, though, there are multiple times I've said those words. What's up, third rail? There are multiple times I've said that word, reason. But hold on now. You are giving aid and comfort to the enemies of the United States that are actually levying war on the citizens. Yeah, that's treason. Anybody that has taken any kind of oath of office would be held liable for that at that point. Just like Congressman Dan Goldman says he confronted ICE agents arresting asylum seekers at routine hearings in New York City. Get out of here. I'm not paying your 27-minute video. New York Congressman. What did I just say? What is this? New York Congressman Dan Goldman said he witnessed federal immigration agents with masks arresting asylum seekers at routine court appearances in New York City. The recent U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency came after the Trump administration increased arrest quotas, which has shaken the city's immigrant community and sparked protests over exploited removals. Goldman said he confronted ICE agents last week in the lobby, a building where immigration hearings are held and his office is located. It followed a night of chaotic protests over ICE tactics in New York City. There were about a dozen plainclothes ICE agents, many who had masks ready to put on, waiting for immigrants coming out of the regularly scheduled court appearances, Goldman said Sunday on CBS New York's The Point with Marcia Kramer. Okay, now, I'm going to say this. You're talking about they're going to their regular court appearance. Okay, so they came into this country illegally, overstayed a visa. They haven't gone to their court appearances. They haven't kept up with it. They haven't done anything. You haven't done nothing for years, and then all of a sudden you're talking about, oh shit, I'm illegal. I need to go ahead and claim asylum. Yeah, because that's what was going on with these fuckers. The latest outcry over ICE started when the detainment of a Bronx public school student followed an asylum hearing. Over 20 protests, that we actually covered that one the other night. Over 20 protesters were then arrested at a demonstration after several more people were detained at federal immigration court at 26 Federal Plaza in Lower Manhattan. There are people seeking legal status here the right way. Yeah. There are people seeking legal status here the right way. Goldman, who confronted agents at 290 Broadway, said none of these people are criminals. None of them are murderers or child rapists. None of that. They're illegals. Even if they've been here and overstayed their visa, they didn't care much about the laws at that point in time, and you just let them lapse. Is it their fault? Yeah. Is it your fault? Yeah. A Democratic congressman said arresting unsuspecting asylum seekers trying to follow the law will have negative effects down the line. Okay, hold up. Goldman, why are they starting the asylum process in New York City? I mean, wouldn't that have been done at the border if they did it the right way in the first place? Why are they starting the asylum process in New York City? Because they come up from the southern border, Texas puts them on a bus and ships them across the country to New York City. $10,000 a month. And then the Merrick Adams situation happened. Why are they starting the asylum seeking process in New York City? Because they're here illegally and they shouldn't be? But because they are here illegally, you think they should be able to claim asylum right now into this country that is trying to evict all these motherfuckers? Simply because, why? I mean, we still haven't heard that from the Democrat Party. As stupid as it all sounds, the way you want these guys in, how you are actually committing treason because you did give an oath in office and you are helping the people that are levying war against the American citizens. So, yeah. You guys, Sweeney was right. It is easily weaponized, but dead on target, is it not? It also creates really perverse incentives. So other people must react to this and say, well, if I go to court, I'm going to be picked up and kicked out. So I'm not going to go to court. And I'm going to go further underground and not going to pay my taxes through the work visa. And I'm not going to pay Social Security, which creates more desperation. Okay. So let me ask you a question. If they were actually trying to assimilate into American culture, wouldn't they know? Why would you be nervous if you've got nothing to hide kind of thing? I mean, if they're going to court, if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're actually not causing any problems. You think immigration is going to come after them because they're still in the system, they're still on track? Or is it these people that are actually trying to come into New York City and then claim asylum after they've traveled across the fucking country on the taxpayer dime? I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to think here, Goldman. Because as a logical, rationing human being, if they did it the correct way, they would have started the process at the border. They would have already been in the system. They would have been going correctly through that until they hit their asylum process. And if they wanted to acclimate into an American culture, they would keep up with it to make sure that at some point in time in their life, they would be considered an American citizen. I mean, isn't that the process? But why are they starting it in New York instead of the fucking border? Mr. Levi Strauss, you are one of the dumbest sons of bitches I have ever seen in office here, Goldman, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Every time you open your mouth, it is easy for us to destroy everything you fucking say. Goldman says he asked agents why they have masks, and if they were told to ramp up arrests, but he said they did not respond. I was a federal prosecutor for 10 years. I worked with ICE agents. I worked with law enforcement agents. I never saw any of them wear masks. This is brand new, he said. And the question is, if everything is legitimate and proper, why are you wearing masks to hide your face? The Department of Homeland Security said the mask protects agents from doxing. I mean, wasn't that the reason why you were saying that leftists who were rioting couldn't go to jail? Hold on now. Hey, y'all remember that, right? Did y'all know there was a whole month siege that actually happened in D.C. during the Summer of Love? Yeah, you remember when St. John's Church, right across the street from the White House, got set on fire? They attacked the fucking guard post at the White House while they were trying to storm through the fucking gates at the White House. There was an active threat that shoved Trump into a fucking bunker, and they made fun of it by calling him a bunker boy. When they set fire to the church and the church started to fucking burn, he told them to clear the fucking crowd. And how'd the media write it up? Trump gassed peaceful protesters to take a picture of with the Bible upside down or some shit like that. Like he held that Bible up. Behind the Bible was the burnt fucking church. But he gassed the peaceful protesters. And then videos and everything started coming about, no, they laid siege to fucking DC for a month. That was about midway in. They still let them ravage DC for another week and a half after that shit. Y'all remember that? Yeah. So you want to talk about January 6th? Huh. Seems like the Summer of Love was absolute treason now, wasn't it? Because you did levy war against me, did you not? You might not have taken the oath of office, so I guess that would be sedition? See how easy that is, guys? Fuck, Sweeney was right. Not gonna lie. But this comes 3 hours ago here from News 19. Let's see what we know so far from the, well, this is more than 3 hours, but let's see what we know so far from the media.
Welcome back to Friends at 5. We are following world news right now because we do know the suspect who used a flamethrower.
You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I used this to record video this entire time. It's been blaring. I'm sorry. I wasn't even looking at chat or nothing.
Against people gathered in support
My bad,
of Israel
guys. My
is due
bad.
in a courtroom in Boulder, Colorado this evening. Authorities say he injured 8 people, some with very serious burns. CBS News correspondent Jason Allen has the very latest.
Authorities say the suspect in a violent attack on pro-Israel demonstrators used a makeshift flamethrower and yelled, "Free Palestine."
One person caught on fire from head to toe, and they were burning up. Their whole body was burning up, and a few others were also on fire.
45-year-old Mohamed Sabry Soliman is accused of hurling an incendiary device into the group that came together to raise awareness for the hostages in Gaza.
People were writhing on the ground. It was traumatic to watch, to be honest with you.
Soliman was arrested and faces a range of charges, including one for committing a federal hate crime.
It is clear that this is a targeted act of violence, and the FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism.
Multiple sources tell CBS News Soliman is an Egyptian national who arrived in the U.S. in 2022 on a non-immigrant visa that later expired. Soliman reportedly told federal investigators he researched online how to make Molotov cocktails, bought the ingredients, and put them together. Authorities also say he stated he wanted to kill all Zionist people and wished they were all dead. Susan Rona of the Anti-Defamation League expressed concern about a spike in anti-Semitic violence and says the problem starts with words.
Let's have awareness.
Ma'am, the problem doesn't start with words. Number one, I'm going to go ahead and say that was a monster that you unleashed onto the American fucking people anyway. When Black Lives Matter blew up in their fucking face, that rage had to go somewhere. What was the next thing? Oh, yeah, Ukraine, Russia. Well, you couldn't really make that into something because nobody believed anything on anybody's fucking side at that point. Oh, October 7th. Where do you think that rage is going to go?
Awareness of the language that's being used and normalized around us that ends up with violence. And let's stop that.
The 8 victims in the fire attack range in age from 52 to 88, and all are expected to recover. Jason Allen, CBS News, Boulder, Colorado.
You say all of them are expected to recover. What about that one that's in critical condition? But, ladies and gentlemen, my wife sent me this a while back, and I do not remember why. I do not. She just asked me what's going on in Colorado right now, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard much about Colorado. And then she sent me this. Listen up.
I have to finish this. My kids' life in danger if I didn't say this. I have been kidnapped, me and my kids. Today will be a worse day than 9/11 attack. This is an act of war at United States of America. This piece of shit woman thinks she knows what's happening. We have programmed her to be loyal and stupid enough to follow our rules. Not only to know how to run away if she got caught, but also to explode an airplane like a pro. We have a weapon that you don't have, Americans. And we are getting the USA on the knees. China, Europe, Middle East, Japan are all one hand against USA, and this stupid running woman thinks she can save you by providing information that she is trying to provide and nobody listening to her. You are losing that war since 9/11 already. The last airplane, the helicopter that got fall down, it wasn't an accident. I know who did it. Please, they are taking video. Please go away from the video, please, ma'am. Please, this is for my safety. I am a U.S. citizen and I have rights. Can you please take video of me doing this? It's just a little bit and I am done.
Ma'am, you've been denied boarding.
We need to keep this in.
You've been denied boarding with your airline. You're trespassing.
I am sorry, I am trespassing anybody. They did this to me every time I am trying to report. They will say I am trespassing and they will take me to jail so I can't tell what's happening. Please somebody report this to FBI Washington. I already reported this to them for police. They did nothing. I went to U.S. Army. Oh my God. Inside the U.S. Army.
It just goes on with more rambling, though. About how she's already contacted people, but they have a weapon, and she's just a stupid mule for something. I kind of just like dismissed it as crazy kind of situation, you know, because we see them all over the place. And then we got this thing at Colorado, and I was like, wait a minute. Is Colorado starting to light up with things? Because, I mean, there's a lot of things. Denver's all kinds of fucked. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there to you guys because I kind of it kind of gave me a little chill when I was watching all this back. And I remember, like, in the back of my mind, I remember my wife sending me that video and making me watch it. And I was just like, it sounded now like just ramblings at this point, but I don't know. I don't know if they're connected or if there's something more that's supposed to be coming down, or maybe that is just some insane ramblings of just a crazy person. But then again, that's right here in our airport. You feel safe yet? Oh yeah, that was the congressman here. I will say this, though. They are working. They are working. This one right here comes from NPR itself. Okay. Mostly mostly neutral sources that are actually talking about this. Okay. Like how it says it leans left. No, this is left as hell. It says an immigration raid at San Diego restaurant leads to a chaotic scene. A chaotic scene from a federal immigration raid on a popular San Diego restaurant is drawing new attention to the government tactics into push fulfillment push to fulfill President Trump's promise to deport millions in historic crackdown. Videos shared on social media and local news showed armed and masked agents in full tactical gear swarming the area near a popular Italian restaurant called Bonita Facetta late Friday afternoon. Deluxe Night, thank you for the 10. Just got here. Did you see Ukraine Trojan horse drone bomb the interior of Russia yesterday before peace talks were supposed to begin today? Videos were intense. No, I actually did not see that. Hold up. Let's see what you got going on here. Interior of Russia. June 1st. That was yesterday. Oh my God. The sounds happen. Oh, is this one it? Hold on. Oh, yep. I think this is it. Hold on. Yeah, there's no sound to it. Hold on. Well, wait a minute. Where is that sound coming from? Why is there sound coming from over here? You need to stop playing. I'm closing you the hell down, Rat, and you, because you might do some. I want to see this. I'm nerding out. I'm nerding out right now. You gonna sit there and tell me that nobody saw that though? Nobody heard that? Nobody knew what was happening? Russia, you kind of slipping then, right? How are they just gonna land on your wing like it's something to do? What is this? Oh, he just bombed it. Okay. Are you kidding me? Nah. No data for 4 seconds, so it exploded. See, this fucking worries me, man. This kind of warfare worries me. Because you have to be accurate as shit to knock that out the sky. Electromagnetic pulses, directed, even still, you could just fuck up once and just screw yourself. And they just sitting there lazily ass in. You see what's... Just like, whatever's happening. But I will say this, good on you guys for that shit, because we do need to kind of weaken in Russia as much as we can if we'll be heading into World War III. But fuck you, because that's our goddamn armaments right there that you are fucking wasting. The drones were shipped freight trucks and flown out to the roost. Ah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, that fucking boat out there in the water does with like 50 of them coming out that we saw. That does seem more plausible to me now, I will tell you that. All right, which one was it? Oh, yeah, it was this one. Sorry, we scrolled out hard. What the fuck? Oh, no, yeah, because you were talking about the Ukraine thing. Okay. A video shared on social media and local news showed armed and masked agents in full tactical gear swarming the area near popular Italian restaurant, Bonicia, for that Friday afternoon. A crowd of people gathers, filming and yelling in protest, surrounding cars and detenting vans. Detonating vans? See, I'm already thinking about blowing things up now. Then a momentary explosion of what appears to be a flashbang grenades and smoke floating through the air, or floating through the street, whatever. You're sitting there just trying to set the mood and everything. Okay, so, yeah. You see this? The special agent with the Department of Homeland Security told NPR station that officials were executing a criminal search warrant during a workplace raid. Some witnesses and news reports said agencies at first handcuffed the entire restaurant crew as they asked for identification. Several workers ultimately detained through witness accounts differ how many. Hold up. So you mean to tell me you raided an Italian restaurant and you went in and handcuffed every single motherfucker that was working there? Which means more often, or more than likely, they knew that most of those people that were at that restaurant were illegals. You might handcuff a few of them, but hey, there's no way you couldn't have known they were illegal, right? We'll see how this plays out, because maybe you're trying to help them. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes, but we need to do some investigating. I'm not in disagreement in any way of this so far. Let's see how this happens here. DHS, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, did not immediately respond to NPR's email inquiry Saturday. Neither did the restaurant. One employee cried out while speaking with KBPS on Friday as she described how federal agents handcuffed her co-workers on the restaurant just before it was scheduled to open. The crowd of locals at one point blocked an unmarked DHS vehicle from leaving a nearby intersection. They shouted profanities and called agents fascists. Agents sounded sirens, then deployed what KBPS describes as smoke device to disperse the crowd. The San Diego Police Department told NPR in a statement that it asked to assist at the scene on Friday's workplace raid, but that the federal agents had left the area prior to their arrival, and that SDPD officers did not ultimately provide any assistance or take enforcement. So you mean to tell me? Hold on. You mean to tell me these motherfuckers went up into that goddamn restaurant, arrested everybody, got the people that they wanted, let everybody else go, and were out before the fucking San Diego Police Department could even get onto the scene? Dude, we know how San Diego's going to go. If they were going to get onto the scene, they'd disrupt and obstruct every bit of the fucking way in the first damn place. We wouldn't have got probably even half of them if they did that shit. Now that's the efficiency I want to fucking see from my government. I'm telling you, just like the visa things, the government visa things and everything like that. That's the efficiency I want to see. 20 people, 2 weeks, 1.3 million motherfucking visas, the student visa holders. Out of those, they were looking for people with certain things on a criminal history. Out of that 1.3 million or so, the 6,400 popped as possible. Out of that 6,400, only 3,000 were fucking cut. Like I said, 1.3 million, you only cut 3,000 because of extreme shit like setting fires to a trash can and barricading yourself into a library and all that other good shit that we've seen on these campuses. Is stellar fucking record for student visa holders so far. Very fucking impressive. But you know what's not impressive, ladies and gentlemen? Nadler. This one comes from the Hill here. And pretty much everybody's reporting about this. Not so much on the right. I don't understand. I don't understand why there would be no coverage on the right. Nadler calls aides brief DHS detention deeply troubling. Hold the fuck up. No, wait. Before we get to that one, wasn't there a video? I wanted to see this video. Local news. Here we go. Yeah, I wanted to see this video, but
only on a Friday evening, this restaurant behind me
I totally forgot about this. Sorry, guys.
But today it was forced to.
Can you make W Downer a mod? Oh, Wes? Yeah, why not?
Shut down after chaos unfolded during an operation by federal authorities. Now, employees I spoke with told me that they detained several workers. Right now, we're working to confirm the exact number. This was the chaotic scene of an operation by Homeland Security investigations.
Don't go nuts.
Swept through this
Let people have fun in the chat, Wes.
30th Street. Heavily armed agents can be seen in full tactical gear as cars block the streets off. In this video, you can hear loud booms and sirens as community members surrounded their cars. Pedro Rios with American Friends Service Committee was there and watched as people were taken away in handcuffs.
The agents fired sound grenades, flashbang grenades at the crowd.
Claire Cody works at Buena Forcheta. She had just clocked in for her shift at about 4:30 Friday afternoon when she says several men in trucks went inside saying they had a search warrant. Claire says agents put employees in handcuffs to check their ID.
Do you have her on screen?
There was no stopping them. There was like 30 ICE. There was 30 of them. I mean, we were just all in shock. They just came at a time where it was so unexpected.
Before the restaurant opened up for dinner, staff put up this close sign. Claire says employees here are all like a big family and they're heartbroken.
They took people. They took some of our employees.
Immigrants, not hate. That's what makes America great.
Meanwhile, outside the restaurant,
Legal is great. That's what makes America great. I don't know what the fuck to respond to that with, because that was goddamn retarded. Whatever chant that was.
the community pushed back.
It was quite clear that there was just a complete rejection by the community of the federal agents of conducting this in their community.
Come on now. Come on now. You just gonna wear a mask like this? And you don't expect people to think you're up to no good? Like, why do you have your face covered? You're not an ICE agent.
Community and neighborhood.
And I did reach out to the Department of Homeland Security to find out more information about this operation, and I'm still waiting to hear back. For now, Esmeralda Perez, CBS 8.
Okay. Where was that one? I will admit though, when they put that woman that was speaking for the restaurant up, I thought it was just gonna be somebody mindlessly fucking numb. It wasn't. I'll admit that. I fucked up. But yeah, they just ran up there. Hey, you know damn well you had illegals working for you at that point in time. There ain't no way. Yeah, they could have been cool. You could have been like friends with them and everything. Y'all are like family, cool. If you were like family, you would have known their situation. Yeah, you can play it off. It's whatever. I don't fucking care. Cause adios, bitch. I'm sorry. We had to pay for it to find you, to get you out. You can't come back. Wasn't that the rules in the first place, ladies and gentlemen? Huh. I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest because that still bothers me. Like, that was a thing. And then it's like, okay, fine. You want to self-deport? We'll give you $1,000. No, because if you make me spend that money anyway to find your fucking ass, we're going to make sure that you don't ever come back. That was the stipulations. That was the rules. And now you're trying to walk it back by telling them we'll give you $1,000 because it's cheaper. If I have to spend that fucking money to get them out of this country, they don't come back. Well spent. I'm sorry. I don't understand how that's not difficult. Rep. Jerry Nadler strongly criticized federal officers with the Department of Homeland Security for entering his district office and briefly detaining one of his staffers last week, calling the incident deeply troubling. Oh, it's deeply troubling, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. In the Wednesday episode, first reported by Gothamist and captured on a video, a DHS officer is seen handcuffing an aide who is crying. All right, you know what? We're not burying the lead. We're not burying the fucking lead. Let me turn that down because that's a lot of shit.
She did not. That is not what happened.
That is not what happened. Okay.
What?
Hold on.
Serious? She did not. That is not what happened.
That is not what happened. Okay.
What?
Hold on a second.
Give me your contact information.
So apparently to Homeland Security, what had happened right before the video is she had pushed the officer and the officer went in to arrest her. Listen to this.
Serious? She did not. That is not what happened.
That is not what happened.
She starts crying. You're facing the repercussions of your actions, ma'am. This is the consequence of what you just did. Why are you crying about it?
Okay.
What?
Hold on a second.
Give me your contact information right
No,
now.
I'm going to give you some speak to you.
Hey.
That's what I'm going to do.
We got you.
No.
I got you.
You're
You're okay.
I don't have to.
You're okay. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
I'm a federal officer. We're here checking on something. We have the right to check. I'm
Can I
giving
see a
you.
warrant?
I'm not resisting. Stop resisting.
Ma'am, if they're moving into a building to grab somebody, they don't have to have a warrant to come into an office like that. It's not how any of that works. There are boundaries. Now, if this is supposed to be in a different department, maybe a different company altogether, and all your company does is divided by that door, well, that's just a poor fucking company now, ain't it? But you came out this direction in the first damn place. You came out this way. So they were already headed in this direction. Door was open. She was already standing there as this dude turned the fuck around. Hold on. I'll mute it. Turned around. She was already there. So she opened this door. He's not even going past that. He's not, well, he has breaking the, he has stepped across the breach there, but.
We got you. I got you. You're okay.
I don't have to.
You're okay. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
I'm a federal officer. We're here checking on something. We have the right to check. I'm
Can I
giving
see a
you.
warrant?
I'm not resisting. Stop resisting. You harboring rioters in the office.
You're harboring rioters in your office.
So there's not a problem. Let's walk inside. Let's walk through.
For what?
Let me see what's in here. Let's go. Come on. Hold it there.
I got no problem with what was happening just then. Hold up. Now, we all seen what the left does. We all seen their tactics and everything, but you're already talking about this is Nadler's A's going on doing all this. This woman pushes on an officer and she expects not to be arrested just because she's a staffer? Come on, man. That doesn't sound right now, does it, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. The federal agent, another DHS officer tries to gain access to the part of Nadler's office with a second staffer stands in the doorway, briefing blocking, blah, blah, blah. President Trump, the Department of Homeland Security are sowing chaos in our communities, using intimidation tactics against both citizens and non-citizens in a reckless and dangerous manner. In the most recent and deeply troubling incident, DHS agents forcefully entered my congressional office and handcuffed a member of my staff, Nadler said in his statement. Cry about it. Cry about it. Jesus Christ, there ain't no way you're going to sit there and... No, he's going to use it in the committee hearing. You know the next one he gets, the next one he's allowed to speak in, he's using this shit. Expected to come up. The decision to enter a congressional office and detain a staff member demonstrates a deeply troubling disregard of proper legal boundary. Hold up. So you're telling me a federal agent cannot go to a federal employee and arrest said federal employee on federal lands, but a federal agent can go up to a citizen of the United States of America and arrest them on the grounds of their employee's workplace? I don't understand. I don't get it. You said no one was above the law. So if you've got people within your staff that are actually rioting all over the place and starting riots and being involved in riots, shouldn't the law apply to them too? Oh, wait, they just can't be arrested on work grounds, ladies and gentlemen, because they're federal employees. You got to get them at home. What? Now they're called on the Trump administration to halt the use of these dangerous tactics and abandon the use of the expedited removal process, which denies due process to immigrants and citizens alike. No, the fuck it does not. In a statement on the Hill, a senior DHS official said that officers of the DHS, Federal Protective Services, respond to information that protesters were present inside Nadler's Manhattan office and responded to the information that protesters were present inside Nadler's Manhattan office and went to the office because they were concerned about the safety of the federal employees in the office and wanted to ensure the safety and well-being for those present. Upon arrival, officials were granted entry and encountered 4 individuals. Others identified themselves and explained that their intent of conduct was a security check. However, one individual became verbally confrontational and physically blocked access to the office. Yeah, we saw that one. The officers then detained the individual in the hallway for the purpose of completing the security check. All were released without further incident. The Hill reached out to the White House. I don't understand. I don't understand why you call this so troubling, Nadler. It's troubling because all the shit that's been happening here in the United States, maybe we got another one that's just close to a Democrat that's out there starting shit? Huh. You got protesters in Nadler's office out there on these places where riots occur? Shit. That does look bad. And it is deeply troubling that somebody would look into that for dear old Nadler, wouldn't it there? New York City. It is deeply troubling that somebody would look into that for him, right? Why the fuck do y'all keep him there? I'm sorry. I'm not going to lay off New York. You're starting to get it. You're starting to understand. I'm not going to lay off now, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. New York's been a battle on this channel. I'll praise him in the next damn tongue. I'll actually just cut him down. They need it. We're going to continue to have some fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to actually go to the Rumble side of everything here. We're already a little bit over. I'm sorry about David tonight, guys. Can we? Fine. We'll do this. The triple click ain't working for some reason. We got that. The YouTube side is right here. Y'all have the Rumble link. I'm sorry about David tonight. We're going to try and get him back up and running it and back into the game because this dude wants to shut down left, right, and center. All right. We're going to have to hit it up because we got some more that I want to talk about tonight. Some things that I found along the way that kind of, some of it hits a little bit close to home to me. But for right now, y'all have 3 minutes.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?